right, let's go ahead and get started. Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Alex Hoffman. I'm with the Equipment Dealers Association, and I'm very excited to welcome Mary Hazzard today. She is the president of Business AdvantEdge. Business AdvantEdge is a pretty new endorsed provider for the Equipment Dealers Association. They offer discounted products and services, business-related products and services to our members. So Mary's here today to kind of explain to us how it all works. Before we get started, just a couple of housekeeping items. First, we encourage you to ask questions today. There's a little Q&A button on the bottom of your screen. Feel free to press that at any time and type in a question for us. We'll answer it aloud at the end of the presentation for everybody, and your identity will remain anonymous. Secondly, a recording of today's webinar and a copy of the slides will be emailed to you following the presentation, and feel free to share those with others in your business. Lastly, just remember that this and other webinars are free services of EDA, and if you have any questions about EDA or member benefits, please don't hesitate to contact our office. That's all for me, and now I'll hand it over to Mary.
Well, thank you, Alex. That's terrific. As Alex mentioned, my name is Mary Hazzard, and I'm president of a company called Business AdvantEdge, and we are a group purchasing organization that specializes in working with associations and association members. And we're just going to go through a few slides to talk about the program because it brings so many new vendor discounts to you. And the essence of what we're going to cover today include these bullet points up here on the screen. We're going to talk about the quality suppliers that we have, the discounts which come as a result of being able to aggregate purchases across several associations. We also want to talk about your engagement and your awareness of the program and how Alex markets and supports this membership benefit. And the last few screens will deal with where do you find program details, because we really are going to cover quite a bit of territory here. So this is a supplier overview. These are the vendor programs that participate. I'm sure you recognize most of these logos, and you probably do business already with several of them, but perhaps not at a discount level. We also divided these programs into different categories, key categories for you. We have the fuel fleet program. It includes most major brands of gas and fuel companies, plus WEX. And the feedback we've gotten from our savings coordinators is that a few of you are familiar with WEX, maybe have used them in the past or even using them now, but perhaps you don't have a fleet savings program with a particular company. So we'll get into more detail on that. On the HR side, we're working with a company called QuickSearch, which is drug and employee screening. I don't know how prevalent that is in your industries, but even if you just use it occasionally, the price is very good. You don't have to have a foreign contract. You don't have to run a lot of employees through it. If you just have one or two that you want to do, we'll look at the pricing, but it's very, very affordable. Then as far as marketing your companies, we do work with a company called Merchology, and they're amazing. They have logo wear, apparel, corporate gifts, giveaways, for trade shows and customer giveaways. So that's followed by our broad category of maintenance, repair, and operations, MRO. This is one area that we are going to be adding quite a few suppliers in the next few months. But right now we have Penske Truck Rentals, Sherwin-Williams, and UniFirst for uniforms. Under the office supply, we have a very robust program. We have a direct relationship for discounts with Hewlett-Packard, but we also have Office Depot, Staples, and again, Merchology overlaps into that area. For telecom, we work with Sprint for a cell phone program and also for landlines, which comes courtesy of Integrated Communications and Clearfly. In our last category, broad category, utilities, so we have an LP propane program, we have a natural gas and electricity savings program, and then also recycling and waste management with Rubicon. So those are the broad categories. This is kind of your key piece to go to. It's called a quick reference guide. It's available, I believe, on your website already. but it also it's an 8.5 by 11, so it's easy to work with on a print basis and also on electronic copy. And you'll notice, I'm going to move the cursor. So we have the logo here, we have the name of the vendor program, a little description of it, and then the call to action. And the call to action is really how you engage or enroll. It might be a phone number or a PIN number or a web form or a landing page. So we'll delve into that as we look at each of these vendor programs a little more closely. So this is your EDA landing page. And I was going to say, at the end of this, we'll make all these materials available to you. Some of these links are a little bit long if you're trying to jot them down, but this webinar is actually on a PDF, this PowerPoint, so that can be emailed to you if you'd like that too, so you have all this information. Well, when you visit this landing page, you have these little chiclets. They follow the format. You've got a drop down here at the bottom to get more details. And then this is your call to action, the little green triangle. When you click on it, you go over to this screen, it opens up this box with just the 4 fields that you fill out. Once that's received, it will generate either an email or a phone call from our savings consultants, savings coordinators, to see if you have any questions and to help you get linked. Now, you might have an Office Depot account already and you just want it linked to the discount, or you may need an Office Depot account. You might have a Penske truck rentals already, but you may not. So depending on the level of help, maybe an email just does it, or maybe you actually want to have a conversation with a real live person. So that's the EDA Marketplace. This has all the vendor programs. And again, when you click on this button, it's that first step towards becoming engaged with the program and actually getting enrolled, so you can take care of the, get the discounts. Some of the vendors have created individual vendor landing pages. This is Rubicon, which is the waste management, and also the recycling. So this is their landing page. Again, just the fields of information that they require, and then someone from Rubicon and their national account will reach out to you. This was the one that I mentioned in the HR, the quick search, and you can see the prices, $36 to do background screening. So it's very reasonable. And again, you engage through that landing page. Here's the Hewlett-Packard discounted shopping site they built for you. It is password protected, so first time you visit, you set up your username and your password, and then all the promotions, all the products are listed there, and they have about 5,000 products on this website. So it's a lot of discounted inventory, including printers and laptops and all kinds of devices, ink and toner as well. And then jumping over to the consumer energy options, CEO, this is if not every state is regulated or deregulated in terms of energy, but we designed this so you just enter your zip code, because right away that'll tell you whether or not you're in a state or in an area where natural gas and electric companies can bid on your business. And this can be for your home, for your office, or for your commercial, brick and mortar building. Then we want to take a little closer look at each of these programs. This is the Fuel Fleet program. You'll notice the brands down here, and also WEX, which some of you use or some of you really would like to use to manage your fleet. Overall, you're saving between 5 and 15 cents a gallon, and that's on diesel and regular and and premium gas. It does involve getting a fleet card, a store fleet card. That allows you to control, track, and monitor the fuel spending. So perhaps you have that, it's fuel only. Maybe you allow them to do some purchases of food in the store if they're gone for the day, or perhaps a vehicle or car wash. So you control all that. The card limits are controlled by driver, including a daily or dollar limit. And of course, with all these brands, there are literally tens of thousands of stores across the U.S. And when you do talk to a savings coordinator, they will look up the brands that are right in your backyard so that you know which of those gas stations, neighborhood gas stations, do service your area as far as your fleet, where your fleet originates. We talked about quick search, really great prices, and besides the drug screening and employee screening, they do hair and other drug testing. They do e-verify services, motor vehicle records, employment verification, education verification. So that's a lot of time-consuming work for staff, particularly somebody in your HR department, that you can just outsource for that, you know, starting at that $36 rate. This is, these are the different programs that we have that include your office supplies, office equipment, also print copy if you have flyers or you have brochures that you make available to people that visit your showrooms, and break room and cleaning supplies. So the first program is Office Depot, and we list, you know, you save on paper, on cleaning, break room supplies, furniture, you save on technology, up to 35% off ink and toner. That's a big expense for most businesses, so that's a pretty significant savings. And it includes fast and free delivery. And then we have a program with Staples, again listed here at 12% off their business catalog price, free standard shipping, and then discounted pricing on copy and print. And then we have a standalone agreement with Hewlett-Packard. You can also get discounts on Hewlett-Packard HP equipment through Office Depot and through Staples, but we have this great program with HP where they built this website that we looked at earlier. The overall discount offer is about 35% off of current equipment. But then they have weekly specials when they are ready to refresh a particular model of a laptop. Those discounts can go as high as 50%. And of course, most entities have at least one HP printer in their office, so you get discounts and free shipping on ink and toner. In addition to the overall discounts, they're very good about with seasonal promotions. They just rolled out a 4th of July. Because this program has both commercial and home use product, although the line between those two is kind of disappearing. But the back to school, if you have kids going to college, they'll get their specs ahead of time, sometime this summer, as to the type of memory and speed that their laptops will need, required by their teachers and professors. So they will definitely have a back to school, back to work program after probably starting in August. Here are just 2 PDFs, and we've made these available to send to you after the promotions, but just to drill down into a little bit more detail on the Office Depot and the Staples program. This has probably been one of the most popular programs that we've seen so far in terms of requests from your members. Then I've talked a little bit about Merchology, and we wanted to have a slide just on them. They're such an interesting company. They have hundreds of brands that you recognize. I put just a dozen or so up here. Their program is designed for corporate logo wear, corporate gifting, but if you order 12 of something and you get the imprint on it, you get a discount up to 30%. But if you just like Kate Spade and you want a Kate Spade item and you just want to order one, you can get the 10%. So this is a tremendous program, and I would really encourage you, if you're doing any corporate apparel gifts, if you're doing an open house and you want all the staff to be in matching T-shirts or polo shirts or golf shirts, this is a great place to get your logo out there for your business. And the website, which is on some of the information we'll show later, but it's just merchology.com. And I would really recommend that you go in there and take a look, even just for personal shopping. Maintenance, repair, and operations. This is an area that I think is going to be very important for your members, for all of you. Right now, we're offering a discount on Sherwin-Williams that includes paint supplies, and flooring. And a lot of people don't realize that Sherwin-Williams is one of the largest flooring stores in the country. We have Penske truck rentals. You can save 15% off of local renters and 10% off the one-way. And they have a variety of truck sizes, panel, economy, cargo vans, etc. And the last one we have in this MRO category is UniFirst. And you can rent or lease uniforms and linens, or you can purchase them. We expect to be adding at least 2 more suppliers before the end of the year in this category that I think are going to impact your bottom line, and we can't wait to roll them out. Telecom is another area where you can save money. I mentioned we have a relationship with Sprint. This is primarily for people that are on Verizon or AT&T and that want to switch over and save money. So the plan has a 25% discount for new subscribers, and it's really designed more for new subscribers rather than somebody that already has Sprint. Then we have managed IP, voice over internet, SIP truck lines starting at just under $20 a month, and web and teleconferencing. So a lot of companies are rethinking, reimagining their, the way they communicate telephonically. So it's good to keep up and refresh on all the new technology that comes out, and prices seem to be going down. I just renegotiated we use integrated communications, and I just renegotiated our phone lines here to save and get more speed. So I think that's something small business owners look at once or twice every couple of years. In the utility and energy and waste management side of things, we have Feral Gas. That is strictly a business-to-business commercial program. My home is on a protected lake rehabilitation district, and so we all have to heat our homes with LP, so I can't use this program in my home, but if I had a business, I would be able to use this. Feral Gas, I think, is pretty well known to everybody, and they are the largest provider with over 1 million customers of the LP portable tank exchange. Consumer energy options is a little different from Feral Gas. It is natural gas and electric, and it can be for home, business, or commercial. And then again, Rubicon is a way to make sure that you're getting the lowest cost on your waste management and recycling services. I just want to touch that we have had some seasonal promotions. These are old examples. I guess one expired in, both of these top 2 expired in April. But just to give you an idea that in addition to the everyday discounts that you get, we have seasonal promotions as well. And this last one is one with ExxonMobil, and that's continuing through the end of this year. And this next slide, these are some of the ways that Alex has communicated with you. You may recognize that you had received these press releases. And actually, Alex, I think there's going to be time if you want to talk about some of the ways that they can find us on the EDA website. That's just terrific. But here are some examples that Alex sent us. And this is our last page. I just want to open it up to any questions anyone has. Remind you, what our phone number is. Remind you where down here at the bottom. This is the kind of mother lode of all information on this program. So it's the first place you want to visit, and you just click on these to drill down into more information.
Thank you, Mary, so much. And yeah, I do want to touch really briefly on the kind of communications that EDA sends out. So look for, Mary sends me those seasonal savings that she showed you a couple slides back, and then I in turn email those out to you guys. So look for those emails from us. And then also on our website, you can find, if you have an EDA login to the website, which you do if you're a member, you may have not activated it yet, but you have access to our members only section of the website. And in that members only section are the specific discounts and for EDA members, and then links on how to get there. So how to get to each of those individual pages where you can put it in your information and request more info and to have somebody contact you. And just if anybody does have issues getting on our website, feel free to call me or email me directly. It's kind of a two-phase process. It can be a little tricky, so I'm happy to help with that. And so if anyone does have questions, there's a little Q&A button at the bottom of your screen. Press that, type in your question, we'll answer it aloud. We do have one question to answer now, Mary, and that is on the special promotions or on that member, on this member dashboard. Can you show us how that works?
Yeah, I'd be happy to do that. I'm going to bring this over. This is the actual live version of your, what we call your marketplace, your landing page. So each of the vendor programs is represented by a chiclet. Here's one that has an actual promotion right now. So you click on see full details, and you just get the information that you need. And you'll notice save 8% per gallon for 12 months, then save 5%. So this is how the promotions are displayed. And again, just you would click on this and send it in, hit submit, and you'd be contacted by a savings consultant or savings coordinator. So here's another one, the fuel fleet program that's current. It's save 15% for 90 days. And then you drop down to the regular offer of 5% per gallon. And again, you know, the full details here. Scroll up or scroll down. There's another feature too, Alex, that just, here are the categories. I have it set by default on all, but you can also say, well, I'm just really interested in the fuel fleet program, and it'll just reduce the amount of cells or chiclets that you see. So you're only looking at those particular suppliers. So it's really, there's a lot of functionality to this new landing page. By the way, this has been out for only the last week. So it's very new. Alex and I are still getting used to it. So, but that's I'm going to pull this off, get that out of the way. But I would say just everybody put this in your browser, because those promotions come every month, and you want to get in there, particularly if it's your part of your job description to be managing these kinds of member benefits. You do want to go in and stay up with what's available. Plus, as Alex mentioned, she is sending you out to special promotions too. But this just has so much information, this newly designed marketplace or landing page. So that's going to have everything in there.
Awesome. Well, no other questions, but as always, anybody on the call, if you are going through something and you find you do have a question, feel free to email me, and I can connect you to the right person. And I will be sending you tomorrow morning a copy of this slide presentation as well as a recording. And then we'll also archive it on our website with some of our other webinars, so you can always come back and use it as a little tutorial if you need it. So Mary, if you don't have anything else, I will let you go, and thank you so much for spending some time with me and our members today.
Oh, it's been my pleasure, and thanks everyone for your time and attention. We really appreciate it, and we're very excited to work with all of you. Thank you.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Alex. Bye-bye.